words for you, Los Angeles. Spencer Pratt, the former reality star turned mayoral candidate, out with another viral campaign ad, this time centered around his family's personal devastation from the Palisades fires.
No mom should ever have to go through what she's gone through.
This is the first week he's been here.
That ad was filmed at the site of Pratt's former home in Pacific Palisades, a fire that prosecutors say was sparked by a left-wing radical.
From left-wing violence to left-wing negligence, homelessness, and widespread drug use has dulled Tinseltown's sparkle. Now Pratt says he's got the plan to clean up LA's crime problem.
Once you start putting handcuffs on people, watch how many people leave. First 3 weeks, signs up across the city. No more nakedness, no more drug use, no more robbing. We're gonna go around, we're gonna warn everybody, hey, got 3 more weeks of this. Like, clock's ticking. Just keep telling everyone, so the people that are aware, they're like, oh, wow, there's a new mayor in town. They may start leaving. And then when the 3 weeks, or maybe we'll even do 2 weeks, maybe people will want it faster. And then once we start enforcing the laws, boom, streets will be back.
Here now, live on set, National Review columnist Caroline Downey. Caroline, great to see you. Okay, so Spencer Pratt, he's a phenomenon right now, star rising. To me, it's because he's doing something President Trump does very well, which is he speaks clearly in the plain language and imagery that any human being would speak about when they're talking about the things happening in LA. Is that the secret to him maybe winning a race that you would have thought would have been impossible just even a few months ago?
Totally, yeah. He's got that reality TV star charisma and caliber, and I think it really works. And if, dare I make another risky analogy, Zoran Mamdani. He's kind of like him in the sense that he's using the messaging tactics that really work for the city he's trying to represent. Zoran Mamdani, for better or for worse, he did man-on-the-street interviews in every borough. He went up and down Central Park and he talked to people on the streets. Obviously, his prescriptions are toxic and backwards and will just cause more ruin in the city. But what has happened with Spencer Pratt is he's released very compelling, very emotional cinematography showing the wreckage of the Palisades fire. And it is somewhat unfortunate that it took that calamity to wake him up to the progressive politics and how they are always disastrous. But listen, I'm happy. I'm happy that this guy is running. I think he's running on a common sense revolution, also similar to President Trump. And the main criticism we've heard from the left so far is, oh, he's inexperienced or he's a con man. It's like, we don't need more government experience in government. That government doesn't work. So if he's going to overhaul all of that ineptitude that's endemic to the system, great. Trump did the exact same thing and it has generated results.
We want to turn to the Commonwealth of Virginia, where the Democrats have turned desperate, dangerously desperate, asking the Supreme Court for an emergency order to temporarily block the state's own high court ruling striking down the congressional redistricting map. A New York Times report shows just how desperate those Democrats' situation is, saying those Democrats, quote, vented anger at their defeat at the Virginia Supreme Court, spoke about a collective determination to flip 2 or 3 Republican-held seats under the existing map, and discussed a bank shot proposal to redraw the congressional lines anyway. In the filing with the High Court at the federal level, Virginia was spelled wrong. So was the word senator, just in the first few paragraphs. And the one idea, Caroline, that just shocked me, shouldn't shock me, is that they were just going to basically get rid of all of the justices on the Virginia Supreme Court by doing an age limit to the youngest current sitting.
To 54.
Right, to 54. But again, if they lose, they will destroy you. That's the Democrats.
Just imagine for a second if Trump had done the exact same thing and Republicans had asked the Supreme Court to intervene, which the Democrats in Virginia did, and they said, well, you know what, wait until this redistricting effort gets passed or not passed, and then we'll have the state Supreme Court weigh in. And they did, and they said, it was unconstitutional. It was dubiously worded, which it was. It was designed to be dishonest and to confuse voters in the referendum. And they were so blinded with rage that they literally misspelled their appeal filing. And I think it's very interesting that they are so desperate. They're trying to reconstruct the Virginia Supreme Court. And they talk all the time about democracy, democracy. I'm sick of this. We are not a democracy. We are a representative republic. And the reason why justices, both on the Supreme Court nationally and in the states, are as old as they are is because they're supposed to be removed from the popular impulses. They're supposed to be wiser. They're not supposed to be into the political fray and so hyper responsive to voters on every little thing. But that's how far they're willing to go, is they're willing to literally replace the existing Virginia Supreme Court.
These craven clowns are the very reason that Patrick Henry, the first governor of Virginia, insisted on there being a Bill of Rights because of the fallibility and just the recklessness of human nature, that our rights had to be individually guaranteed.
That's why you come to the bottom line, because you get nowhere else do you get Patrick Henry, and thank goodness that we get him on this show. Caroline Downey, good to see you.
Thanks
for being here tonight.